Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. The next most popular, powerful facet of the Mahabharata may be the Yaksha Prashna. The first being the Bhagavad Gita, the next may be the Yaksha Prashna. After Yudhishthira, that is Prince Arjuna's eldest sibling, his brother, answers 124 questions right, then the Yaksha, or the questioner, is happy with him and shares, you can ask for whatever you want. And Raja Yudhishthira asks for 3 wishes. The last of his wishes is most beautiful. He prays, may my greed be defeated, and may my generosity be developed. Any greed I have in my personality, may that be defeated. Any generosity I have in my personality, may that be developed. What a lovely wish, prayer. What was the last wish or prayer you had in comparison to Raja Yudhishthira? Afterwards, this yaksha or being reveals what is true, name and form is. It is actually Raja Yudhishthira's father. And Raja Yudhishthira asks, why did you come as this supernatural being and asking all of these questions? And his response was, I just wanted to see you. I just wanted to be with you. Now, the reason I'm sharing all of this, our Bhagavad Gita is like the Yaksha Prashna in the sense that Shri Krishna is answering us just because he wants to be with us. That's it. Why did Bhagavan Narayana become Shri Krishna? Just to bless, grace, be. This final chapter focuses on Tyaga, that is renouncing results, which evolves to Sannyasa, which is surrendering actions, which evolves to Moksha, being free. How? 8 systems are shared by Sri Krishna. These systems are a lovely review of chapters 1 through 5. Then in verse 45, that was our first critical verse of this chapter, 1 of 4, Shri Krishna shares the importance of Sva. Sva means me, means you. He's encouraging us to personalize these systems, these chapters. It is only through Swadhyaya, which means getting to know oneself, that one can feel their Swadharma, that is their nature. after these teachings on Sva, what is the final subject that Sri Krishna reviews? What is the final chapter that he zooms into? It is on Dhyana, chapter 6. I've shared that again and again and again. If you want to know what the purpose of your life is, it is to be a contemplator. Not for therapeutic reasons, not for quietude of mind, but rather to know what you are. And how beautifully this is connected. All of the systems, the chapters, they tune into dharma, that is to live in an intentional way that will lead one to dhyana, to be a contemplator. Then in verse 50, he's completed his final review on dhyana, or chapter 6. In verse 58, Shri Krishna leans in. He showcases this by using the word atha. And now, he's leaning in. If you can try to visualize this, physically he's leaning in. If you are not going to follow through with what I've shared, it is on account of ego. He's leaning in and sharing, how, Prince Arjuna, can you not follow through on this? He does sense that Prince Arjuna is going to follow through. And so he gives another reminder to him in verse 62. The reminder is Sharana. The ego which inhibits one from following through, you surrender the actions, you surrender the actor. In other words, the doer. And what a strange surrender this is. In the outer world, when we surrender, we lose. In the inner world, when you surrender, you win. And that's why Shri Krishna states, Prapsyasi, what will you gain? Shashwatam. You will gain that which is beyond gain. You will gain that which is ancient yet fresh. How lovely is surrender. And the most lovely teaching and feeling about this is coming in 2 days. That will be our next critical verse. In verse 63, this is the most fascinating portion of the Bhagavad Gita. Shri Krishna has leaned into us. Now he's holding us. Some of you may feel he's holding your hands. Some of you may feel he's holding your cheeks. But he's holding you. He shares, I have shared knowledge of you. Not knowledge of creature or creation. I have shared knowledge of you. That is consciousness. Now, reflect and act. Reflect on all that's been shared and act. You can fight, or you can flight, or you can freeze. The choice is yours. Shri Krishna continues to hold us in verse 64. Sarva guhya tamam bhuyaha shunu me paramam vachaha ishtosi me dridamiti tato vakshami te hitam. Joy. Sarva, of all, guhyatamam, the most important. Bhuyaha, I will share again. IQ, least important. EQ, more important. SQ, most important. I will share again because I can't help but help you in case you're still struggling with dejection, anxiety, stress. I can't have you feel this. Bhuyaha, we have really lived in meaningful mornings. Each verse of the Bhagavad Gita, we have explained, we have reviewed. Reviewed means the next day, there's a full review of what's been shared. We have reflected. You went through the Bhagavad Gita with your eyes closed, and we have summarized. From 700 to 70 to 7 to 1 is essential love. Shunu me. Actively listen, reflect, contemplate on me and what I'm sharing. What I'm sharing is paramam vachaha. It is the path to peace. It is critical for us to feel that Sri Krishna is speaking, teaching us directly. That's why I mentioned this is an intimate dialogue that is fascinating. It is not historical anymore. It is not about Prince Arjuna anymore. It is about Sri Krishna and you. I'm reading an insight from Puja Swami Chinmayananda. The motive force behind every teacher coming out into the world to preach, to explain and to expound, is his abundant love for mankind. There are billions of people in the world. Even more animals, plants, stones. How come Sri Krishna is directly teaching you? That's shared in the third quarter. Ishta. Ishta means dear. Asi means you. Me means Sri Krishna. Dear you to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna feels you are dear, but then he adds, or he qualifies this by Dridam, you are very dear to Sri Krishna. Iti, period. You're not giving anything to him. There's no reason for us to be dear to him. It is simply, we are dear to him. Now reflect on this. How do you gauge Ishta? How do you gauge who is dear to you? How do you gauge who you are dear to? I call my wife dear, and she is dear to me. But there's lots of people who use the word dear. Dear madam, dear sir. How do you gauge that? One way to understand this, we just want to be Tejomine and shared. Dearness is qualified by giving with love. Giving with love. So now reflecting on Sri Krishna, is he giving or not giving to us? Is he giving with love? So we are dear to him. Our more pertinent reflection should be, are we giving to him with love? Active listening is great, but there's more. There's active reflecting, there's active practicing. Tataha, and so, vakshami, I will speak, I will teach, te hitam, for your goodness. for your self-development. Hita, I like this word. It is for your benefit. This is facilitated by dharma, by teaching one to be responsible, independently responsible. What is strong about Sanatana Dharma, and specifically the science of oneness, this is not about yamas and niyamas. Yamas means don't do that. Niyamas means do that. If I tell you don't do this, who is the responsibility held with? Me. I am the locus. But Shri Krishna is sharing, be responsible. That makes one independent. And that's why some people find Sanatana Dharma, Advaita Vedanta confusing. I feel it's because they're not ready for such a responsibility that will lead them to contemplation, that will lead them to completion. Lots of more love is coming. From inspiration to application. Your application was for you to reflect on Ishta Asime, that you are dear to Shri Krishna. How many of you reflected on this? I again was thinking about the billions of beings just on Earth, leave alone all dimensions, and the fact that I have experienced so much of Shri Krishna's words and voice and so on. I am dear to him. So are you. Your application for this morning is, what do you think Shri Krishna is going to share next? He has explained, reviewed, reflected, summarized. He's done all of this. Now he's sharing. I'm going to share again. What do you think he's going to share now? Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi, be joy.